When I start working with organizations and individuals, I often start with the question, are you realizing your full potential? In most cases, the answer comes back, no. Then I ask the question, do you know of anyone who is not achieving their full potential? Almost always the answer comes back with a resounding yes. As individuals, our actual potential or possibilities are defined by our talents, our skills, our ability to grow. What we tend to see as our possibilities is shaped by our habits, attitudes, beliefs, and expectations. Human beings have a nearly unlimited amount of potential. The key is our belief and our ability to make it happen. This week, we'll focus on how individuals can see the possibilities in themselves. Today, we will share the beginning of Valentina's story. If you follow me, you've met Valentina, or at least you've seen her or heard her work. It is with great pride that I share Valentina's story.
I grew up on a farm in Ukraine. My perspectives on my possibilities were shaped by the opportunities I saw around me, my horizon, my parents and the people in the nearby small town. I thought that maybe I could be a cook or a teacher. My parents recognized the need to expand my horizon and opportunities. I was sent away to school at the age of 15 to Dnipro, a city of nearly 1 million, 2 hours away. My horizon expanded. While going to school, I worked a few jobs in retail and banking and continued working while receiving a bachelor's degree in accounting. I learned that accounting is not as exciting as it appears from the outside.
With the power of the internet at her fingertips, Valentina discovered me, an accountant now working to help individuals transform potential into performance. And with the work I'm doing, perhaps I could coach her to transition to the next stage in life. One tiny barrier, language. Valentina does not yet speak English. Valentina very quickly discovered the power of Google Translate.
If I could learn English, perhaps I could get a job as an assistant with an international company located in Dnipro, I thought. All the good jobs require English. This could be my gateway.
As we started our coaching discussions, I discovered a real depth of character in her and started to reflect these strengths back to her so she could begin to see these traits in herself. We did a couple of assessments to identify other strengths and preferences. Sometimes it is good to have a piece of paper to tell you that you have strengths. The horizons continued to grow. As we talked about Valentina's interests, we discovered an artistic and creative bent. What if she could start to do social media? She could develop some skills while she is working on her English. I started asking her every day to do things she has never done before in a language she does not yet speak. We started with creating graphics for social media. As we had other coaching conversations or discussing specific social media posts, we started to realize that she had some interesting perspective. The posts started to reflect her perspectives as much as they did mine. One story she told was particularly impactful. I asked permission to share the story. I then suggested that perhaps she could tell the story in a video. Valentina reminded me that she does not speak English. Valentina has been working on her English over the past few months. While her vocabulary is limited, around 900 words according to the app on her phone, her pronunciation is very good. I suggested that she try. She wrote out phonetically how each of the words in her story were pronounced, and we did a couple of trial runs to create an audio file. Why don't you try editing my weekly videos? How hard can it be to edit a video in a language you don't speak and create the captions? If you've noticed an improvement in the editing over the past few months, that is Valentina's fine work. I started to ask her to review other content to determine whether I should share it. She selected a number of very impactful pieces. Could you try to write the introductory messages for these pieces? I asked, and since Valentina has written a number of very thought-provoking messages. She's also started doing some work in my CRM. When I ask her to try something new, she usually responds with a smile and a comment.
This is impossible.
It only becomes possible once she starts doing it. When I asked if something is impossible, why bother starting? Why don't you just give up before starting? She replied,
I used to do that. If I thought it was impossible, I just didn't do it. Only now I understand how I hurt myself. But now when I think it's impossible, I still decide to try.
It is not just skills that Valentina has gained over the past few months. She's broken through barriers, and more importantly, she has seen that barriers can be broken. She has changed attitudes. She has stepped out of her comfort zones and expanded her comfort zones. Valentina's beliefs and expectations about her future have changed. We've yet to determine the limit of Valentina's potential. We have reached the stage where Valentina recognizes that she is able to make personal and professional decisions that reflect a much broader range than before. I believe that Valentina will achieve great things. Through our work together, she inspires me and others to achieve great things. What is your potential? What can we do together to transform your potential into performance?